Alan, I'm sorry. Oh, it was hilarious. Allan Aguirre with your incorruptible 2 minute warning, and we are in Second Kings, right? Yep, chapter 5. All right, Naaman is the commander of the army of the king of Syria, and he was a great man with his master, the king, and in high favor because by him Adonai had given victory to Syria. So he's a mighty man of valor, but he's a leper. Now, on a Syrian raid, an Israeli girl, a Hebrew girl, is captured, and she's now a servant to Naaman's wife. And the little girl says, man, if too bad he's not in Israel, because the prophet of Israel, Elijah, could heal this, because he's the man of God. So Naaman goes to the king of Syria and says, hey, can I go check out this prophet? And the king says yes. So we're talking messengers with, a whole bunch of tribute, right? And they get to Elijah, and Elijah hears about it because they go to the king of Israel, and the king of Israel's like, oh no, this isn't going to work because I don't have these abilities. And Elijah hears about it and says, he tells Naaman in verse 10, he sends a messenger to Naaman saying, go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored, and you shall be clean. But Naaman was angry and went away, saying, behold, I thought that he would surely come out to me and stand and call upon the name of the Lord his God and wave his hand over the place and cure the. And that's why we have religion, boys and girls, because the way God has set this up and the way God has created this thing to be done just isn't good enough for man. Just isn't good enough for humans. It's just not, it's not acceptable. We have to fix it. We think it's broken. And that's why we have religion. Because the Word of God and His instruction just isn't good enough because we don't love Him that much and we don't trust Him that much. And that's your 2-minute warning for today.
The views and opinions expressed during our broadcasts are solely those of the broadcast producers, hosts, and/or guests, etc., and are not necessarily the views or opinions of the Travelog Network, its sponsors, or affiliates.